let's start with the UFC. Let's start with UFC 318. First of all, obviously going to a great city. This is a big event. We know Dustin is beloved there. I guess just you've watched this guy fight for a decade now, Dana. Just give me your thoughts on Dustin's career as he's about to wrap things up here after this scrap with Max.
Yeah, what's interesting about him in this one is when you think about the lightweight division, the nastiest division in the sport.
Yep.
The top 15 are all killers. Every guy's killers. And he's talking about retiring, and him and Max are ranked number 5 and 6 in the world in that division full of killers. So, and if you look at what Dustin has done in like his last 11 fights, like they're all killers in his last 11, and 7 of them are former world champions. So, not only is he beloved, so is Max Holloway. So this is one of those fights that sucks because you know it's going to be great and it's going to be a war, but you don't want to see either guy lose.
Right. Yeah, probably the first crowd that's going to be against Max. I mean, like you said, Dana, I mean, Max is beloved everywhere. Do you buy that it's I know you start talking about retirement and then it's probably time to retire then at that moment, but do you buy that that he's done, Dana? I mean, like you said, he's going to be top 5 if he beats Max. He's 6 right now.
You never know, but he's one of those guys. I think, when he says he's going to do something, he does it. So, but I'm never shocked if somebody comes out of retirement either. So,
yeah, I even see. I'm looking at the odds for the White House card and who's going to fight, and I see he was, and I think now it's switched to John and Tom, but he's like at the top there.
That's awesome. Yeah. Obviously, excited about that. That's going to be fun.
All right. Well, let me get you. Well, while I just brought that up, you making movement there, and it looks like this thing is actually going to happen.
Yeah. Well, we've already put together the whole plan. We'll have it. We'll have all the renderings and stuff done here in the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to fly out to DC, sit down with him, and walk him through it, see what he likes, doesn't like, and all that good stuff.
That
4th of July of 2026. The 250th anniversary of the United States. So it's going to be badass. A one-of-one experience, a one-of-one type show. It's just incredible.
You've done fights in a bunch of awesome places, Dave. I mean, and I get it. Politics, it's polarizing, and you got half people love them and half hate them. But I mean, that's awesome. How cool is that?
One of the many things I love about him is what his whole philosophy is. The White House belongs to the American people, and the American people should be able to enjoy this place. He's doing the Easter egg hunts again for the kids, and he wants to do the fight there, and he's trying to figure out all these ways for Americans to enjoy the White House. When you go to the White House with President Trump, right, and I've had dinner there a bunch of times with him, when he walks you around the White House, you've never seen someone more proud of a place than he is with the White House. And just to try to explain to people how much this guy loves this country, it's not explainable.
That's so cool. Are you still thinking John and Tom as the main event?
I mean, it's a year away. The landscape is going to change so much over the next year. Whatever the biggest fights are next year is what will be at the White House. We're going to blow this thing out of the water.
Do you, and obviously Tom's not an American, but I was going to say, do you try and do all Americans or mostly Americans? How do you handle that?
Do you do all Americans versus all English?
You should do that. We're going to settle this thing 250 years later.
So this is the first time we've left Vegas in the United States. We've been to Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi, and New Orleans just seemed like the perfect fit for our first one. We're still working on all the regulation, and you got to figure out referees and judges from these different places. So we're pretty sure we got it dialed in. And for the people who have never seen Power Slap live, I'm telling you right now, the live event is amazing. In the last 2 years, I mean, we have 25 million followers and have done over 16 billion views on social. So it is a fun live event. And and it's a perfect weekend. I mean, you do Friday night Power Slap, Saturday's the UFC in New Orleans.
Dana, talk to me about Friday night because in addition to Power Slap 14, also Canelo Alvarez, Bud Crawford tickets go on sale. I mean, for you, for a guy who original love was boxing, when you talk combat sports, I mean, just going back to your roots and putting on, again, what is one of the biggest fights in the world, just how personally gratifying is this with everything you've done in combat sports?
Yeah, it's incredible. Obviously, I would be sitting here right now if it wasn't for the sport of boxing. It was my first love, and I don't know how I fell into this whole Canelo Crawford thing with Shake Turkey. But for this to be the first boxing match that I ever promote, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And the best part is, and I say this all the time, but it's so true for me. It's like, you don't always like the guys that you're promoting. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's guys, I actually really like both of these guys. I actually know for a fact that this is going to be an incredible fight. And yeah, I'm just honored to be a part of it.
You know, the thing obviously with boxing and criticism of it, especially over the last, 20, 30 years, the promoters all have beef with one another. The best fighters don't fight each other. Guys build up records against nobody, against tomato cans. This fight is obviously not that. This seems like your approach to these things, right? The best are going to fight the best. Is that what you try to take over to boxing, Dana? And I mean, I don't know if it's possible or not on a regular basis, but is that what you try and do?
100%. And it's all possible because of Shake Turkey. What Shake Turkey has done over the last several years with boxing and pulling off these fights that nobody could ever pull off before is remarkable. And yes, yeah. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that? Who wouldn't want to be a part of the best fighters in the world fighting the best fighters in the world? It's how it should be, and it's how it will be from here on out.
Wow. So this is not a one and done thing. I mean, you guys are in business and you're going to try. I mean, the idea is to put big fights on.
Yeah, I haven't announced what I'm doing yet, which is going to be in early 26. But yes, Shake Turkey has like 18 months of just badass fights lined up. So yeah, what this guy's done for the sport is amazing. And what he's done for all the other promoters and what he's done for the fighters. And, it's all good stuff.